The sun rises over the River Nile, bringing with it another scorching hot day to the most extraordinary place on Earth. Join me now on a magical journey back in time to uncover the secrets of one of history's greatest civilizations, ancient Egypt. Welcome back, everybody, to my channel. From humble beginnings, a small group of people made their way up the River Nile in search of somewhere new to call home. They would soon come to settle in the area we now know as Egypt, where they would establish one of the oldest civilizations known to man. Over the next 3,000 years, they developed some of the most spectacular building projects known to man, including the Great Pyramids of Giza. They also invented the world's first international trade network, traveled to the ends of the known world, and established trading posts as far away as modern-day Afghanistan, and even constructed a navy to protect their vast empire. Along the way, they developed some of the most advanced medical techniques known to man for their time and created some of the most beautiful works of art the world has ever seen. But how did this all begin? Let's find out. The story of ancient Egypt is intrinsically linked with the River Nile, which provided the fertile soil necessary to sustain a large population. It also acted as a highway, allowing people to travel up and down the river without having to worry about getting lost or being attacked by wild animals. Early Egyptians lived in small villages made up of flat-roofed houses constructed from mud brick. Their days were spent working in the fields, and their nights were spent eating simple meals of bread, onions, and beer. They wore linen clothing, and although they had very little concept of owning private property, they did have a strong sense of community. They farmed crops such as wheat, barley, flax, and vegetables, and owned herds of cattle, sheep, and goats. They kept these animals not only for food but also for their skins and other products such as milk and wool. The Egyptians kept bees, which they used not only for honey, but also as a form of natural antiseptic. They were aware of many medicinal plants and used them to treat various ailments. They even kept domesticated dogs, which they used as both pets and for hunting. And though they didn't have any wheeled vehicles, they did use boats and carts pulled by humans or animals to transport goods. But life wasn't always easy. Floods were common and could cause widespread devastation. However, the Egyptians learned to use the floods to their advantage, as the silt left behind from the floods made the soil even more fertile than before. Despite the hardships, the Egyptians were a resilient people, and they persevered. They developed a unique culture that blended religion, art, and daily life. They worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses and built magnificent temples in their honor. They developed a system of hieroglyphic writing and created stunning works of art that depicted scenes from everyday life, as well as from mythology. The Egyptians were also renowned for their skill in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. They developed a sophisticated system of mathematics that allowed them to calculate the area of a circle and the volume of a pyramid. They made accurate observations of the stars and used this knowledge to develop a calendar. And medicine, they developed the Ebers Papyrus, which contained over 700 remedies for various ailments. They also kept detailed records of their observations and discoveries, which helped to preserve their knowledge for future generations. One of the most enduring mysteries of ancient Egypt is how the pyramids were built. These magnificent structures are still standing after over 4,000 years and continue to amaze visitors from around the world. But how were they built, and what purpose did they serve? Another mystery is the discovery of hidden tombs in the Valley of the Kings. Many of the pharaohs' tombs were discovered and robbed in ancient times, but some remained hidden until relatively recently. In 1922, the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb caused a sensation around the world. But how many other undiscovered tombs are there in the Valley of the Kings, and what secrets do they hold? In 2021, an incredible discovery was made near Luxor. What was thought to be a small archaeological site turned out to be the Lost Golden City, a vast city inhabited by up to 30,000 people during the New Kingdom. This amazing find has provided an unprecedented opportunity to learn more about daily life in ancient Egypt. The influence of ancient Egypt can still be felt today. The Greeks and Romans sought the wisdom of the Egyptians, and many of their great works of art and architecture can still be seen in museums and archaeological sites around the world. The Library of Alexandria, which was once home to some of the world's most valuable texts, is still a symbol of the importance of preserving knowledge for future generations. So the next time you look up into the night sky and see the stars, remember that the Egyptians were some of the first people to make similar observations, and that their knowledge helped to shape our understanding of the universe. So from humble beginnings, a small group of people made their way up the River Nile in search of somewhere new to call home. They would soon come to settle in the area we now know as Egypt, where they would establish one of the oldest civilizations known to man. Over the next 3,000 years, they developed some of the most spectacular building projects known to man, including the Great Pyramids of Giza. They also invented the world's first international trade network, traveled to the ends of the known world, and established trading posts as far away as modern-day Afghanistan, and even constructed a navy to protect their vast empire. Along the way, they developed some of the most advanced medical techniques known to man for their time and created some of the most beautiful works of art the world has ever seen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.